I see the clock. We're live. All right. What's up, everybody?
What's up, guys?
We're Realtor Lender Mastermind. Jay Azabuki. We're Realtor Lender Mastermind. Hey, we're gonna do this video, hopefully a short version of this video. But real quick, we just want to talk about what you can expect from this group, what you can expect from Realtor Lender Mastermind, what it's all about, the why, the what, the how, all that good stuff. So we thought we'd start off with just talking a little bit about ourselves so you know who we are. Jay, I'll let you kick that off. What would you say is your upbringing, your background, our family, who you are, what you do?
Yeah. Jay Azabuki, Zoe's younger brother, the third of four siblings here. We're all pretty close in age. Sometimes people can't tell if I'm older or younger than Zoe.
Everybody always guesses you are for whatever reason.
Yeah, but no, I'm so yes, we are a family of four, very close, and we like to goof off, have a good time with each other. But both Zoe and I are in mortgage. I've been in financial services and wealth management for like the last 10 years or so. Just made the switch to mortgage in December of last year, and it's been an amazing ride so far. I love the career. I love the flexibility of it, which leads me into my family life. I have triplets. I have an amazing wife, and we have triplets, and they're all 4 years old, and they're wild and crazy right now, and they take a lot of our mental energy, so and time.
Yeah,
I needed the flexibility in my career to be able to just, start working at 11:30 if I need to, or stop working at 11:30 if I need to, just because it's very unpredictable. My wife and I are, the entire time we've managed it ourselves, no daycare or anything like that. So we try to structure our schedules to where it works out, to where we can watch the kids without having to take them to daycare, because you guys know that daycare for triplets would be a mortgage payment basically, or more than that actually. So yeah, that was the reason why I switched to this career. I love it. I love the flexibility. I love the ability to be able to work with people on what's probably the largest investment they'll ever make, or the most important investment they'll ever make, which is buying a home. And I love getting to be a part of that decision and helping them make those financial moves. So it's a perfect career for me, and I'm absolutely loving it. So that's my background.
Nice. I'll go real quick. So same thing with Jay. We grew up in an incredible family. Love our family. Very, very close knit. All my siblings are my best friends, and Jay is probably, I don't know. It's cool to be able to work in the same business and basically just, be on the same team. And, so Jay and I have been really close for a long time. I got a funny story to share about Jay.
And
this will maybe make sense as to why everybody thinks you're older.
Okay.
But Jay in high school, there was one day where he decided to come to school with a goatee. But this wasn't a goatee that he took the time to actually grow out.
Well, I couldn't grow any hair back then.
He took a permanent marker and drew a mustache and a goatee around his face. And he came to school with a new level of swag that you've never seen before. He walked into school with this goatee like it was nobody's business. And I think from that day on, he thought of himself as being older than everybody because he's got this drawn-on goatee.
For sure. Of course.
So maybe that's where you've got this older swag that you've had, for the longest time since then. And maybe that's why everybody always guesses you're the oldest.
It started then.
It started
then. This is real, by the way. This is not drawn on.
And it took about 20 years to grow, too.
Yeah, and this is all I can't grow anything here yet.
That's kind of what I got going, too. I can't really grow anything except for,
Our dad was 60, like in his 60s before he passed away, and he couldn't grow all this either.
Yeah.
Well, or he couldn't grow this. So
our Nigerian footprint is not very hairy, I guess, or our roots, but yeah. So we were actually, that's our family's Nigerian, but we were all born in London, grew up in Tulsa, that's actually where I am physically right now in Tulsa. My wife Michelle and I, we had emergency custody of her two nephews a couple of years ago that moved us back here where we're originally from, but we still have a home in Denver, and we're actually building a new home in Stapleton, which we're really excited for because it's actually going to be closer to Jay and the triplets, Jay and Ashley and the triplets, and also our other brothers. So it's really cool to live the best of both worlds because Tulsa's got a great community. I'm reestablishing a lot of great relationships here in Tulsa, but still keeping my connections in Denver and still in Denver often. So, but yeah, like Jay said, this business is awesome. Really love it. It's a relationship business, and ultimately, we get to work those remotely and meet with people every day, and being able to help people realize their dream of home ownership is nothing like it. So yeah, just a little bit of an intro, I guess. Jay, question is for you here. Well, we can ask questions back and forth, but the question is why? Where did this come from? Where did this Realtor Lender Mastermind come from? What's your understanding of that? Well, you're probably going to throw that question right back at me.
Yeah, I'm a very, very, both of us are very no fluff kind of people, meaning I just want to know I want to get right to the meat and potatoes of things all the time. I don't like to beat around the bush. And when we were trying to figure out, what's something we can do to help provide value, real value, helpful value to realtors, and eventually loan officers, but mainly realtors. We're trying to figure out, what's something that we could do, and something that people would truly see as helpful. And so we came up with this, and the angle we wanted to take was lead generation, talking about lead generation, because all of us, the most important part of our business is generating leads. We are in the lead generation business, even if we are calling ourselves mortgage brokers or mortgage loan officers or realtors. Our real business is lead generation, because if we don't have any leads, we don't have any business. And so we thought it'd be super helpful, and I've personally found it helpful to talk to people who are out there doing it, right? Out there crushing it, closing deals left and right, very successful, growing their businesses, growing their teams, their brokerages. And obviously they have a lot of leads and a lot of opportunity to make that happen. So we thought, why not start a podcast / Facebook group, hopefully eventually be a podcast, but and interview these people and figure out what it is that is making their business work. What is it that they're doing to bring in those leads? Because again, it's the most important thing. And we could all lean on each other and learn from each other to figure out what's working and what is not working. And so that was my, Zoe actually came to me and brought this idea up, and I was very excited about it from the lead generation perspective. So that's the core vision and mindset behind the Realtor Lender Mastermind, in my mind.
Yeah, you described that really well. I don't really have anything else to add to that. I'll just jump to the next part of that question, which is, still got the phone ringing, which is, how and what are we hoping to accomplish with that vision in mind? And, I love bringing people together. And I think something that we talked about briefly in the last conversation we had with Heather, we mentioned about, sometimes like there's this angst sometimes between realtors and lenders. And you don't really see very many groups where you have both of them together, but yet we have to work with one another. And, so
we get to.
We get to, yes. We not that you're required to have to, you get to. Right?
Don't make it sounds so painful.
But that's the mentality sometimes that people have. It's like, oh man, it's like kind of like this intimidating thought of, realtor versus lender. And it's like, no, we're actually in the same industry.
Exactly.
We're actually in the business of helping people. How do we do this together? And especially with what we focus on in lead generation, it's all organic. And so there's a lot of practices that can be shared as far as how we try to pursue lead generation and doing that and hearing realtors, how they do it and stuff. So I'll just love the idea of bringing back, people back together. And even, as we've grown, we've had new loan officers that's not part of Edge, our company that Jay and I are part of, be part of this too. And the idea there is, hey, there's enough business out there for all of us to succeed in, even though we're all competing for the same market share, if you will. There's plenty to go around, right? And just this idea of bringing everyone together. But like Jay said, that focus of the content being around lead generation. And as we continue to grow, being able to expand the content to specific topics that really still date back to lead generation, but now it's more specific on, okay, we talked recently about credit reporting and appraisals, and maybe later we'll talk about realtors specifically targeting investors and how they should be thinking alongside of that, and just different topical conversations that we can have with people, everyday people that are doing really well in the business that are willing to share. I think it's a great, to be able to collaborate all of that together and bring it into one community, and hopefully see that help people and expand their business and enhance their personal lives.
For sure. And to add to that, there's certain things, kind of going back to the lead generation topic. There are certain things that you just kind of want before you go out and try something. You just kind of want some social proof, that it works. I'm still trying to find a online lead generation company or software or marketing system that I can just put money into and completely delegate all the ins and outs of it, because I don't understand how to do all that stuff. Completely delegate it, and I can have a predictable stream of leads from that, whether it's Google ads, Facebook, whatever. I think that stuff is very highly saturated, so I'm not sure if it works anymore, but I still have hope, because it'd be nice to be able to put in X number of dollars and know that you can get X number of leads from it.
Yeah.
You can scale that, right?
Yeah.
Over time. But I haven't found anything that works. And, so having a group like this, if someone was to come on and say, hey, I'm using this company, I'm getting this number of leads from it each month, it's been going really well, I've been with them for a year, that's the best kind of review / feedback you could ever get. Because now I have confidence. I actually met someone that I know personally, or at least met on here, and, trust that he's, he or she is telling the truth, obviously. And I can go out and try that company with confidence, because there's no way to know whether this stuff's going to work. They want your money. They're saying all the things you want to hear, but you put your money in, and I've done this, and you basically just burn it because it didn't work. And there's no way to get any of that money back. So, having that social proof and having a place where you can really bounce ideas off each other and see what's actually working for real people, not actually hearing it from the marketing company themselves, but hearing it from a real person who's tried it. That's another major benefit for me. So
that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
No, I was just going to say, I was going to ask you another question, but go ahead, finish up.
I was going to say, probably going to conclude here in a little bit, but, to add to that, that's kind of the thing that's next, right? Is that we want to see this group grow. We want people to invite other agents, other loan officers to join in. Obviously, we're 2 loan officers with one company, and, we are going to, full disclosure, we recruit actively. We're always looking to expand our team. So any loan officer that's on here, you're more than welcome to join if you're not a part of Edge already. But just know that we may hit you up to invite you to be a part of Edge, because we really believe in what we have going with this company. We have an incredible profit sharing plan. Our compensation is awesome. Rates, we cannot be beaten with our rates, because we're on the broker side, and we get to shop lenders for our clients. And that's something that our real estate agents that partner with us really love. But all that to say, this group is for realtors and loan officers to grow. You know, we want to see people grow and share their growth and secrets of success so that others can grow. Again, this is an amazing industry that's so important to the economy and to people, everyday people. Everyone needs housing. That's one thing Heather said that just really stuck. You know, like everybody needs housing, and whether you're renting or buying, it's something that's a need. So it's a huge service that we provide, and to be able to talk about the things that help others achieve that is really something that we value here. So anyway, all that to say, I mean, definitely encourage everyone to expand your network as best as you can, and feel free to use this as one of the ways you expand your network with your team, with other agents, other loan officers, and know that we'd be looking to do the same. The other thing for me is I love that I can actually have an additional thing to say, hey, you know, real estate agent that I'm trying to work with and have in my network, here's an additional service, here's an additional thing of value that I can provide for you. I may not be the guy that is going to be getting you a whole bunch of referrals coming back to you, because most of my business comes from great real estate agents that I work with. But this is something that can be a support to your business in helping you grow, is being able to have access to hearing other people and what's worked for them, share those gold nuggets. So
for sure. And if you're new to the group, go back in and look at some of the old videos, because
great point.
We've had some incredible people on the show already. The number one producer at our company, Edge Home Finance, Tom Ollis, was on here. He had some amazingly powerful gold nuggets. So go back and look through and see if you can find some gold nuggets for your business. And then we'll keep our commitment is we'll keep trying to find some powerhouse realtors and loan officers to really glean some information from. And get them on here and interview them. So
that's it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got. You got anything else, Jay?
We'll wrap up. That's it. That's it. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, appreciate everyone tuning in. Hey, we're always open to suggestions and ideas too. If anyone has, like, you know, tag somebody, be like, hey, this person needs to be interviewed, you know, or hey, we'd like to hear a conversation about this specific topic. Like, we're wanting to bring some good content to help everyone. So feel free to share. And then appreciate it if you spread the word. Let's help make this group larger and help it grow. And let's help continue and to help the clients that we have in our databases.
Love it.
All right, y'all.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
See you guys soon.